Welcome back to Bike Beat, your one-stop ride for motorcycle reviews, insights, and everything two-wheeled. Today, we're diving into the 2025 Honda Shadow 750, a bike that keeps things classic, but refuses to get left behind. If you're after a middleweight cruiser with reliability, comfort, and a hefty dose of retro charm, this bike deserves a closer look. The Honda Shadow has always been about accessible power and timeless design, and in 2025, it's no different, but with just the right modern touches. Let's start with what makes this cruiser tick. At the heart of the Shadow 750 is a tried-and-true 745 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled V-twin engine, putting out smooth and usable torque across the rev range. This is no performance rocket, but that's not what it's built for. It's all about that mellow, laid-back ride, strong low-end pull, a pleasing rumble, and enough grunt to cruise the highway without breaking a sweat. The V-twin delivers around 44 horsepower and 47 lb-ft of torque, which may not sound like a lot on paper, but it translates beautifully on the road. The bike's 5-speed gearbox is smooth and predictable, and the throttle response is refined and steady. Whether you're a newer rider or a seasoned cruiser fan, the Shadow's engine feels just right for weekend rides, commuting, or scenic escapes. Fuel injection ensures easy starts and consistent performance, and Honda's legendary reliability means this bike is likely to run trouble-free for years, with minimal maintenance headaches. It sips fuel efficiently too, offering around 56 miles per gallon, depending on your riding habits. Design-wise, the 2025 Shadow 750 walks that fine line between retro and relevant. The classic teardrop tank, deeply valanced fenders, and generous chrome accents stay true to its cruiser roots. But look closer, and you'll see how Honda has subtly updated the look. A blacked-out engine, new alloy wheel designs, and a sleeker LED taillight give the bike a modern edge without losing its soul. The riding position remains relaxed and cruiser comfy. A low 25.8-inch seat height means it's welcoming for shorter riders, and the forward foot controls keep things stretched out but not extreme. The wide, pulled-back handlebars offer excellent leverage for city riding or long-distance comfort. Plus, the Shadow's curb weight of around 550 pounds gives it a planted, confident feel on the road, without feeling like a heavy beast to maneuver. Suspension-wise, you're getting a 41mm front fork with decent travel, and dual shocks at the rear with adjustable preload. This setup soaks up most road imperfections without drama. It's not plush like a touring bike, but it's well-balanced and stable, just what you want in a cruiser. Braking is handled by a single 296mm front disc and a 180mm drum brake in the rear. Now, here's one of the few places where the Shadow feels a little dated. While braking performance is adequate, and ABS is available, some riders may miss the bite and precision of due. Another thing worth mentioning is the shaft drive. Unlike chain-driven competitors, the shaft final drive on the Shadow means low maintenance, no chain adjustments, and a cleaner look. That's a big plus, especially for newer riders or those who prefer hassle-free ownership. For 2025, Honda offers the Shadow 750 in a couple of standout color schemes, including a striking deep pearl blue and a stealthy matte black. The paint quality is excellent, and the build quality overall is what you'd expect from Honda: tight panel gaps, quality materials, and a sense that this bike will age gracefully. In terms of price, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 comes in at around $8,399. That puts it in the sweet spot for mid-range cruisers, affordable enough for entry-level riders, but offering enough polish and performance to satisfy seasoned ones. Plus, when you factor in Honda's reputation for longevity and low ownership costs, it's easy to see the value. Now, who is this bike really for? If you're after cutting-edge tech, big horsepower, or flashy gadgets, the Shadow isn't it. There's no TFT dash, no ride modes, no cornering ABS. What you do get is simplicity, style, and that rock-solid dependability that Honda is famous for. It's a cruiser that respects tradition but doesn't feel like a relic. The Shadow 750 also excels as a platform for customization. Whether you're thinking about bobbing it out, adding saddlebags for touring, or just throwing on some ape hangers for attitude, this bike makes a solid foundation. Honda's accessory catalog is decent, and the aftermarket support is vast. To sum it up, the 2025 Honda Shadow 750 isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. Instead, it's refining a formula that's worked for decades. It's smooth, approachable, and honest, a bike that doesn't need to shout to be heard. In a market crowded with overpowered, high-tech cruisers, the Shadow's simplicity is actually its greatest strength. So if you're looking for a daily rider with vintage appeal, minimal upkeep, and just the right amount of muscle, the Shadow 750 might just be your next companion on the open road. Thanks for tuning in to Bike Beat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you've ridden the Shadow or if you're thinking about picking one up. Until next time, ride safe and keep the rubber side down.